Hi girls, it's Jenny with Planner Perfect, and today is our first video that is to be inspiring for you to plan your week. So Mondays, look forward for Inspirational Plan With Me Mondays, and we're going to try this out for this month of September, and I'm excited because everybody needs a little bit of inspiration to start off their week. And so we're going to start with planning in our plan books, our planners for the week, using the Planner Perfect method. So if you are new to me and you're new to these videos, I just want to welcome you, because the Planner Perfect method and Planner Perfect planners are definitely a game changer. They are a different way of planning your life. It's different than the traditional to-do list, task manager, taking everything that life throws at you and being a master at organizing it. We're looking at life in a different way over here in the Planner Perfect community. I teach women to spin everything around completely on its head and to look at it as though because you are the creator of your reality, you are the creator of your life, and you are going to take inspired action. So every day, you're going to come to a place where you're really aligned with who you are, aligned with God, and you're going to be inspired, and you're going to write down the kind of life that you want. You're going to set goals for yourself every single month. When you take the time to visualize what you really want, when you really take the time to know what you want, that's a game changer in itself. A lot of women don't even know what they want. They only are going off of what everyone else wants for them. We're turning it around on deciding and figuring out and knowing and understanding what we want for our lives. And then you can either accept or reject anything that life offers if it doesn't coincide with your life and your family's life and goals. Living this way is very fulfilling, it's energizing, and it is 100% successful, because of the fact that the way you live your life and the way you plan your life in these plan books is where you're treating it as though it's a scripted, written vision board for your life. You're writing so much detail of how you want your life to pan out, of how you want your days to roll, what kind of coffee do you want in the morning, what time do you want to wake up. It's a matter of really visualizing, being able to use that and exercise your mind to use your imagination and to visualize what you want and actually write that imaginings down on paper. I have been planning this way for 20 years. I have 8 children. I've been able to not only be organized, but be successful in my endeavors, because number one, before I began to use my gifts and my talents, I always used them within my family, and that was exciting for me. So because I can paint and draw, I would always paint and draw for my kids. That was a great outlet. Because I loved cooking and baking, I always was cooking and baking for my family, and it was enjoyable, and they enjoyed it, and the whole thing was great. And so I would speak in my homeschool groups because I'm a homeschooling mom. So those were great little outlets for me. But then as I grew we're always growing and expanding, I hit like a wall where I was like, okay, clearly this is Groundhog's Day, and it is something that is I'm feeling like I'm hitting a wall here where I feel like I need to go to the next level. I didn't know how to articulate that. I just knew that I felt like in motherhood, in my life at that moment, I knew there was more of me. I was really questioning, God, is there more to me and my life? It was I was becoming bored. And God spoke to me, and I ran with it. And he said, you need to write a book. You need to begin to paint again. You need to demonstrate what using your talents and your goals are, what that looks like. Instead of telling your children, follow your dreams, know what you're good at, and use it, and only speaking it, that isn't good enough. It's time to demonstrate what it looks like. What does it look like for a mother who's fulfilled in her calling? And what does it look like for a mother who's devoted to her family, yet can utilize and use her talents at the same time, all the time, and for not only her family, but for the world, okay? Because the world needs you, okay? Not only as a mother, but also use your talents outside of motherhood. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It actually invigorates you. Once I knew what I was going to do next, I jumped out of bed every morning. It made my motherhood better. It was like it just elevated my motherhood all that more, because I was being more and more fulfilled with my goals and my dreams. And then I just plugged in all of my family just right around me. So it was really, really amazing. So use your gifts and talents. Find out what they are. Have it be something that every day you're just pursuing it, and with a joyful heart, like, God, show me, reveal to me, and He will. Just keep the joy there, because once you start showing that you don't believe He will, or, oh my gosh, I don't know them, I don't know what I'm good at. Once you start getting doubt in there and muddle it with your fear and your worry, now you're on your own again. You're unplugged from God. He can't reveal to you something that you've got blocked. And so you want to be an open flow, something where God can flow through. If you've got resistance in your path where you have zero faith, then He can't show you. He can't reveal it to you because you can't hear. So the way you hear God is when you're in joy. And joy is an action of faith. So keep the faith, and every day pursue the goal of knowing what you're good at and what your talents are, so that you can pursue this in motherhood. This all falls into planning and using the method, because you're using you. You're planning you, and it's invigorating and it's exciting, okay? So with these last little minutes here, precious minutes, I'm going to flip you around. I'm going to show you kind of an overview of how I would approach my week, okay? And how what my thinking is, and how I would pursue my week. So stay tuned. Okay, here we go. I am trying to find a good scenario for you here so you can see. Now, how I have this set up is I'm using my newest journal that I have in our sub box. It's in our store. And I'm going to be using this for visualization. And so let's even just talk about this in another video. So I'll talk about how I'm going to be using this specifically for self-improvement. Okay, so we'll talk about that some other time here. So then here is my September book, and I've got my October and I've got my November. So it's so beautiful to look at. It's gorgeous. So here I've got my calendar, and I love using our little stickers. I especially love the little ones. There'll be more of the little ones because I do love to make my calendar look super cute, of just little things I need to remind myself for. So, and the new stickers, which are here, are just really stunning. They turned out just gorgeous, as you can see. And I even love the little, just some text, the welcome fall, coffee first. All of that is just, I love it. It turned out just really, really, really cute. So of course, that just really adds to your planning. So I have some business things that I use in my goal section. Really get detailed here. If there's going to be a place, Planner Perfect method means details. I mean, if I were to just sum it up, details is the key and the secret to your success, because the more detailed you are, you're programming the subconscious mind, period, end of story. Because when you get detailed, you're feeling it, and whether you know it or realize it or not, because you're being so detailed, you're actually feeling what it would be feeling like to be doing it, acting it out, and all of this. You're actually writing things out that haven't even happened yet. So your mind is taking note. It's like, oh, she wants to do this. Oh, she wants this. She wants this. She wants this, because your mind is programmed to give you what you want, take you to pleasure, not pain. So anything you're writing, and this is all positive, this is where you're headed, where you're going. So whenever you're doing that, you are telling and programming your mind to give you what you want. This is why this method is 100% successful. And we have our plan books are not only gorgeous, our planners, but they give you the room you need to execute your goals, okay? There's no box limitations, there's no squares, there's no, as you can see, it's freeform, and everyone and every woman is different, and so there is no way to make this into something that would fit for me, because it won't necessarily fit for you. Every month is going to present a different goal for you. So it's got to be freeform. The one thing that will be added to these planners, though, and I am excited to say, and I am going to shoot for the beginning of the year, will be that they will be dated, and the day of the week will be on a 2-page spread. So that's going to be phenomenal, because anyone who isn't, good at, not everyone is going to want to take the time to learn or be good at doing calligraphy or whatever. It just takes away that. So you can really focus on your goals and your plans. That way you don't have to prep pages and take all that time. You can go right into planning your life. So these kind of things, like where it says Thursday, I'm not sure where we'll put it as a design perspective. I'm still in the design phase, but these and like the day of the week will be written for you. So that's really exciting and will be new for 2019. So I keep in here, I mean, we're designing for our brand Traveler's Notebook, so that I wrote some of it down, even though I do have a business planner. You know, I sometimes like to write short jaunts down of little things just in here because it's so, I just do. Sometimes I like to just do that, and then I've got more specifics within here. So I kind of how I do it. I'm a homeschooling mom, as you know, and so I write down a whole bunch of activities that we want to do just for the month of September. So it's month specific. Again, that's the key to its success. Is just this hyper focus on a month keeps you not so scattered in all the months and ahead and blah 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 blah. It's just focus, and when you focus, you get success. So we are working on focus. We're focusing on our month. So, I mean, I've got parks, bowling. These are like all these things where we live and learn. So whether it's the zoo, and I wrote down the zoo. We love the zoo. We love the fall. We love it when kids are in school because then zoos are empty. And so we go and we just look at tarantulas and we study them. And it's just a great way to learn. We love going to the apple orchard. We're learning about everything that in an orchard. We go to the bookstore and read books. We'll have fun days and go bowling. We'll go, it's just parks. I mean, there's everything around you is a place to learn. But anyway, that's where I write down those details of those plans, and I'm always coming back and getting detailed. This is something I don't want to really give away too much about because I'm going to talk about that in what I'm into, one of those videos. And then here's some real life video ideas that I'm just plunking down here. That way it's just quick access for me. It's within my planners. And then more of the details are in my business planner. My daughter's getting married, so I'm putting down her bridal shower here of what we're doing. And then of course I have, for me, for this month, I wanted to focus on my husband and I. And so I wrote down little ideas of things that we can do together to have, just to have time together. So that was something that's not going to be in every single month, but this was something I wanted to focus on, and I put it down in this month to focus on. And so see how great that is? I mean, it's not like every month you're going to be writing down the same thing. Every month it presents something different, and that's the beauty of these plan books, let me tell you. A planner, my book revision, I'm writing that kind of stuff here, and an apple orchard. All I want to do once I pick these apples, I do have a ritual of, apple jelly. Oh, I'm still dreaming. So I have pockets and just begun. So when you plan out your week, that's a goal and focus. I'm not going to keep you much longer here, but I did want to say that when you do plan out your month, get some stickers in, So I love to start with stickers and kind of get them in the corners. The coffee always gets up in the morning. And I will write down main components, and in these pockets where I like to leave pockets, because then I come back and I write down in a journal way what we actually did, or if things changed, or how it went. So as an example, let's see, this was yesterday. I even wrote down the game was canceled. Here we were so psyched for our game, our football game, our first football game of the season, and it was canceled. So I did write that down. It's like, oh man, it was canceled, and all that kind of stuff. Here, what I would be doing if I were to say what we were going to do, because we were going to bake and things in the afternoon, but we had a wonderful time, cooking and baking for the football game, and enjoyed the food even though the game is canceled. So that's an example, That's an example of how I would, document my life. And it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. You come back to this, and not only do you see your page in action, and your life in action, I should say, your life and where it's going, but you get to see, journal excerpts, put in photos, that kind of thing too, as well, from your camera, all of that. tip-ins, tip them in. You can washi that in. You can use, sometimes I'll even go and use these. This is like a little diamond paper clip. You can do it that way. And these are good for writing more memory on the back. Love it. So that's how because your life and how it's moving in a forward momentum, I mean, that's how you would be documenting your life. So Sunday, this is actually today, I have different pockets of things. So what I recommend when you're planning out your week, get your beautiful stickers out and just get inspired right away. Get your day and your week until we have it for you. Get your day of the week and your dates scripted out, and just go through your whole week, okay? Now, you don't have to map out your whole week in advance. I know I have pushed that before, but my point is you want to try to practice visualizing. How do you want your Friday to look even though you're in Monday? That's practicing, like you're using your mind and strengthening your imagination like you would a muscle. It does take practice, it takes time, and it takes repetition and knowing how to visualize, just like you would you need to exercise your muscles, you need to exercise your mind. And in the terms of being able to use your imagination, sometimes it's a whole new ball game for people. They tend to be very, very action to do, effort oriented, versus knowing that everything you really want in life, and the things that you want, they're not even seen yet. So the things that are unseen is what we're scripting so that we can pull them into a manifestation form. And so you need to practice that. So that's why I've always been pushing, try to go as far as you can within your week and envision your week. And, so do as much as you can. And what I'll do is I'll put down, rising early. Be excited about where I'm headed. I mean, I love to just inspire myself. Make lemon and blueberry bread this morning. There's some videos I'm doing, and I've been doing them. In terms of Monday, hey, what do I got going on? Write down your absolutes that you know for sure you're doing. This kind of gives you momentum. So here I know I've got Waylon, my grandson. Here I know I'm doing this here. Here's another Waylon day. That's an absolute. Let's see, here's where I need to go meet with someone here, and I know that those are absolutes. I know we always do pizza. I wrote that down. So get down your absolutes, then come back. What you can do, once you get in the groove of knowing how it is to be a visionary and to visualize, what I love to do is in the morning I'll get up, and I'll be writing in this more today throughout the week, but I will just get inspired. I'll get with God. I will take a moment to meditate and really get in sync with him. And I'll say, God, what do you have for me today? And I'll just be inspired from within, and I'll write down all of those plans, and my pen literally doesn't stop moving. I love going grocery shopping on a daily to every other day basis. I know some of you are like, that is nuts. Well, I love to be inspired by it because it's fun to go grab just a couple items and making dinner. It's just something that we do. I'm done going weekly for right now, where you get a whole week's worth. I just love getting little simple fresh items and making dinner for the night that we're all excited about, and everyone helps in the kitchen. So that's kind of our groove right now. So I get inspired by the day, I get inspired by what the kids want, and I would just write that down to our whole evening plan. So if I were to kickstart you up for the week, and each week, that's why it'll be fun when we do this segment every Monday, is that there'll be something new to learn. But definitely just start visualizing how you want your life to be and for the week, and write down pockets of how you want it. Make sure you do come back and write down a memory of the day and how beautiful it was and what actually happened. Not what actually happened, but write down more details of what happened after the follow through, or hey, we made the bread and we ended up having a food fight, or just something that then relates to your plans and how it turned out and how fun it was. And because when you come back to these, I always come back to mine, and it's just a beautiful thing. Use your tip-ins as a way to not only beautify your planner, but to write down on the back and say, hey, we not only made this recipe, but we added this to it, Make sure I add this to my recipe in my cookbook or whatnot. So it's kind of like these tip-ins are very valuable for that, or to write something that is inspiring to you, or
You know, write down your fall menu or a recipe. You know, you got this and you got this is the recipe, you tuck it in. This was the recipe for my lemon blueberry bread, and we absolutely adored it. It's one of those kind of things. That's why I love these new tip-ins and how they are used, because they're just so functional. And that was my goal for you girls and for me and when I plan. So get in here and show off your pages on the Plan a Perfect forum and the communities to let us know how you are doing with your everyday planning. We're really a community, and I want to make sure that this is something that we're all in together to support each other. I don't want anyone on their own feeling kind of lost in this, because it's such a beautiful way to plan your life. And with support, girls, we are really just, you know, helping each other achieve becoming more, achieving more, and really truly being alive to who we are and taking control of our lives. So girls, that's what I have for you for Plan With Me Monday as a kickstart. I hope that has inspired you to just start planning your life, being inspired first and writing down those plans, getting down some absolutes to gain momentum, and to practice being a visionary for your life by looking as far into the week as you can, envisioning what it might look like, what it would feel like, and what you want, and writing those plans down and telling your mind exactly what you want, because it's going to move you toward what you want by telling it what you want. So that is the basis and foundation of the Plan a Perfect and the Plan a Perfect method. And I hope that this kickstarts you for your week. Until next time, girls.